Nice. So, hi everyone. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are from. It should be evening. Most people here are from the UK. Some from other places. So really beautiful. Now, let's say we have Elvin. Hello, Elvin. Really looking forward. Congratulations. So we have Mickey saying, hey, we have Amy, we have Digo, we have Davey, we have Kenny, nice. We have Mushtaq, long time RJ. Well done, Mushtaq, on your coffee trades. Lots of students make some money on some coffee trades. So we have Barry also making some money on your coffee trade. How is your coffee trade doing, Barry? How much have you lost or how much have you made? We have Carlo, we have Muse, we have Louis, we have Jack. Nice, Jack. Hope you are calling. Barry, we have Andrew, we have Sean, we have Restaurant, we have Be Back Donut. Really nice to see. So now today's session is pretty simple. If you have any questions, just type on the host and panelists and send it to me privately. If any questions, we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna be. This session is gonna be usually about answering any questions that you've got. Yeah, just anyone host and panelists, and we're gonna be answering your questions while we're going through step by step. Now, hi Vish, hope you are doing really well as well. We got Musa, we have Michelle, we have Muse, you've been calling me. Awesome. So let's go straight into it right now. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen beautifully. Do 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 do. Nice, awesome, cool. So just sharing my screen a little bit just right here. So as you guys already know, for those who are new, we're just going to remove everything just real quick using our powerful strategy, like real quick here. So first of all, we're just gonna remove the indicators as well. How do you remove indicator? Anyway, just like that. Okay, cool. So we talked about it quite a lot of times before, just because repetition is really the mother and the father of skill set and to mastering a skill to success. So you can see, I want to say congratulations for a lot of you who decided that you want to do whatever it takes to master the stock market because the stock market always go up higher and higher and higher, really, no matter what happened to the economy. Whether it's World War One, World War Two, World War Three, today US just shot down one of the Iran's drone just in whatever sea that is, just shot it down like that. And market was crashing a little bit today. But you can see really no matter what happened, and things just keep going higher and higher. So I want to say congratulations to a lot of you who decided that you want to go all in to learn to master the skill set of trading and investing. Yeah. And as you say many, many times, trading and investing is just about to get really, really good. It's literally just about three things. I cannot stress this enough. It's easier to say, but it's very difficult to do. The first thing is about being patient. Yes. The second is about being disciplined. You have to stick to the strategy, stick to the process. Number three is when the time comes, you got to take a leap of faith when people are panicking. You just got to take a lot of leap of faith to go all in. And a lot of the times when you just go in one time, two times, your life just changed like that. Yeah. A lot of our students who've been with me for quite some time, and they went in big time in April last year. They went big time in a lot of these crash, they went big time. They went big time. We started in 2017, 17. They went big time 2018. Then in 2020, we are one of those very rare people who aim the bottom just right here. What gives us a signal of a bottom? Because Open Insider was crossing over big time here. I will show you the crossing over in 2000 and Corona here. Now, right now you see it's nothing right now, but at that time it crashed 40%. And same thing here. This is inflation crisis as well. Lots of our students were just aim just right at the bottom, just right here. How do they know? They use our seasonality strategy. They get in on the open inside the crash, and they also wait for the guidance to get really beautifully there as well. But the good signals here is when it's undervalue. Yes, most of the stocks go real undervalue here, big time. And then we have the tariff crisis here as well. This is like a V-shaped crisis. A lot of the crisis has been very much V-shaped. This is the April. Let me just show you on the daily chart really beautifully here. Yeah, really beautifully V-shaped crisis here as well, where Trump said, you know what, let's give out the tariffs, and it came down. Even before it came down, for 2 months, 3 months, it hasn't gone going anywhere. Since October time till February, it hasn't gone anywhere. Till the end of February-ish, it started to come down really nicely like that. and our students has been adding positions just right there and using our eight-step trading strategy. Not many strategies in the world will be able to tell you how to time the bottom like that other than our strategy. So we look at the huge volume spike here. We look at open insider crosses here really beautifully. Just recap back week two. For those who are new, you might not know what I'm on about, but just accept that. And VIX, our VIX volatility index was just right at the top. Our put and call ratio put was just right at the top. So really beautifully as well. And then we don't really have anything since then other than in October time we have a extreme fears kind of going on. Some people added on here. We asked a lot of students a lot of times to add on that as well. If you didn't, it's fine. Something's gonna come back down as well. Right now, if you look at it carefully, we are exactly the same, situation as people who've been very rushing, who's not been very disciplined, who's been doing a lot of things in the past, 6 months like that. Yeah. So today is just like that. While we speak, market is just going a little bit like that at this kind of moment in time. Cool. So that's kind of what happened here. So the question right now here is, should we buy here right now? Everyone is like, oh, should we buy stocks right now and stuff like that. Now, I just want to tell you something here. Just so that you have a clue about it. Okay, just so that you have a clue about it. So, um, the best, most powerful way to make money. Question is, oh, at this time, what should we buy? How do we make a lot of money on here? The best, most powerful way to make money on here. What is it? If you look at it carefully, on a lot of these, market downturn, what's the best, most powerful way to make money? The best, most powerful way to make money during this market downturn is actually Mm, it's actually by buying. Most people will not tell you this so clear like that. It's actually by buying your high growth stocks. Okay. This is where the week four really comes in, where you really do the guidance. You really choose guidance that is actually increased big time. This is what we've been stressing big time. Okay. Because if you look at it carefully from here, it went up here. It went up around, let's say 20%. Okay. From here at the bottom, it went up 20%. But if you chose some really, really smaller stocks, okay, if you choose some like high growth stocks, and if you choose some smaller stocks and high growth stocks, you will realize that you will make 500 times your money. You make 1,000 times your money. You make like 300 times your money just like that. Yeah. And I give you a lot of examples before in the past. Yeah, I'll give you quite a lot of examples before in the past. Is if you chose something like some of the really really powerful stocks that any kind of stocks that we recommend, if you use some of the filter, if you go through some of the things as well, from iron, in April, you can see April it was 4.4 and today was 5.275. Can you see? 4.4 to 5.275. How many times is your money? 10 times your money, just like that. This is 1,000 times your money. Yeah. And this is one of the high growth stocks. Anything like even Palantir or anything that we talk about like that as well. Oh, where are we? Yep. So Palantir was in April, was just in around, where were we? Yep, was around here as well, around 7, and it went around to 1.5, 200 times your money, just like that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. In terms of high growth stocks, we don't just buy and hold kind of like forever. You can buy and hold forever for stocks that is stable, that is long, and stuff like that. Yeah, for stocks that is stables and long and stuff like that. But okay, let me just show you a little bit. Okay, let me just show you a little bit. Show you some secrets a little bit. Um, those who are on apprentices, you probably know. So let's just show you a little bit of the secret so you kind of know how these kind of work, so you kind of get a clue about it real quick. So if you look at it really carefully, oops, let's have a look. Yeah, if you look at it quite carefully and quite beautifully like that, let's go for Okay, let's go to our website and let's go for yeah, market valuation, right? Market valuation. So we kind of talked about it before. If you still remember, when it is below 15, that's where times for us to kind of do quite a lot of things. While it is above, like if you remember, that in the chat box was a number. It's actually for you to kind of start to dollar cost averaging, kind of selling some of your stuff. Okay. So a lot of our students kind of have done that a little bit. They kind of avoid some coming down a little bit on the market. Let's just refresh a little bit to see if this is coming in. Yep, just coming in like that. So if you look at it like that, okay, let's just open everything as well. More of the opening side, just a little bit like that. Do. Just give me a minute. Cool. So this is kind of where we are. Oops, how do we remove that thing? Do. So yeah, what we're trying to do right now, we talk about what happened to the stocks and kind of what to do right now. So if you look at it carefully, um, the peak is where a lot of people are doing something. The purchases is where the opening, the CEO of the companies and stuff like that are doing something. So we kind of told you before, so you can see a really, really nice time to buy is where it's kind of crossover. If you look at it really carefully, and you will see the crossing over kind of happens between here, just in April time. But a proper one kind of happens in 28th of April here. Yeah, you should know when it crosses, you kind of should be buying a little bit. Okay, just right there. So it crosses a little bit beautifully, just like that. So, and in terms of what once you bought them, and so this is where how do we put it like that? Let me just make it very beautifully and very clear. Yeah, some of your high growth stocks as well, and even some mining companies was kind of high growth stocks as well. If you filter it kind of properly, but usually we chose no, a certain kind of stock. So this is kind of what happened, yeah. And so at this bottom at the moment, the stocks that we kind of recommended at the moment was kind of technology stocks. You guys know it for a long time. The high growth stocks, anything that more than 30% was kind of nice. Okay. So that's what we did. And we've been buying a little bit there. And you'll be like, okay, when is it looking to sell? Okay. When can we look into selling these kind of stocks? So we normally sell it when the guidance is not increased so beautifully anymore. Okay, so when the guidance is not increased as big as what is used to anymore. Okay, I need to kind of show you some examples of this. I need to show you some examples of this as well. But if I'm gonna show you some really, really nice example, let me see where can I find some examples. Okay, I think Muse has done it. Okay, let's just click that one. Um, just give me a minute. Do, do. Let me just see. What I'm trying to do right now, I'm going to pull out the guidance for you so you can kind of see how things has been. Okay. So in the week 4 training, we kind of talk about this big time. If you don't know what you are talking about, that's fine. Just accept it for now. All right. So I hope this is guidance. I really hope this is guidance. But let's see for a second that wow, like that. I'm gonna see it properly. 2025 and stuff like that. Okay, so mm, when we do, we kind of have to make it presentable. Let me see. Okay, let's just do this for a second. So 2025 for Nvidia, for example, you look at Q1 revenue was 26. Okay, revenue was 26, and then Q2 was 30. Okay, and then Q3 was 43. And then what happened? And then it was 35, 45. It's a bit difficult to read this. Let me open another person one. Just give me a minute. Do. If you have done it beautifully, let me know as well, so I can open it quite quickly here. Do. Just want to show you a little bit because sometimes people know when to buy, but they don't know kind of when to sell things. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Okay, let me look at other things from you. If you've done it, you can send it one more time. Do. Okay, let's see same one with this. Actually, since you posted this already, okay, not yet. We're trying to use that. Okay, cool. Um, let's see this real quick because apparently just came out really quickly. So look, it's 289 and then 1 billion. Oh, this is right though. Full year is 1 billion and then 1 billion. It's the same, so the price was the same. This is guidance outlook, by the way, on the week four training. And then what we've got, okay, what is this? Full year is 1.5, full year. This is that one is that is that. Two, okay, and then 911. 919. Still quite difficult to read. Try to put on a different color. Yeah, still quite difficult to read. But well done for trying. I really love that. Well done for trying. Still quite difficult to read this person one. Let's get another one. Let me go to Google. If you've done it already, stand the chat box host and panelist so I can open it. Do. Do. While waiting, I'm gonna draw from my imagination. So if you don't done it, then you will know what I'm on about. Okay. But anyway, so if you look at it carefully, for Nvidia or for anything, so what happened here is that when they first released something, and revenue was going really nicely. This is the guidance. Revenue was going up really nicely. Used to be 50%, used to be 50 billion more, 50 billion more, something like that. And then suddenly it's just get less. Okay. So when it gets when the guidance get lesser and lesser compared to last time, that's actually your sign to actually take some of your money out, especially when things are very overvalued. Yeah. So if you look at it carefully, because in the past 6 months, a lot of things are going sideways like that. So most of your technology stocks for the past 6 months that you bought, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Tesla, whether it's Nvidia, and all of that like that, has actually been going sideways for quite some time. Okay, so um this is where patience kind of comes in, but more importantly is about, okay, how do we know when it's going sideways like that? Because if you look at, okay, if you go to July, will just be here. Okay, and then you would just go like that. Okay, cool. But if you're using share dealing, if you buy your index, you can kind of hold it for quite some time. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened. Now, what I'm trying to say just now is I'm trying to say when the market is going up at the bottom, you want to choose some really high growth stocks because that's the one that's gonna do way better than anybody else. Okay. And when that kind of happens, you will be like, oh, when is it time to sell your stocks? This is why you must do your guidance. This is the whole point what I'm trying to say. You have to do your guidance. Like Palantir, for example, like Meta, for example. Anyone has done Meta and Palantir? Can you send a screenshot? Type your link on here. I want to show you some examples so you kind of know when to take profit out from your Meta and your Palantir once you have done it. Okay. So for example, um, if I show you the full year guidance for this is 4.3, and then full year is 3.8, and then full year is 4.7, and and then what? And then Q2 is 1.1, and kind of 7. This is 4. So this is 4. So the question is, we want to see whether this is the latest one, I think. The question is, we want to see whether this 4.475 is something that it has never achieved before. 2020-2025, we kind of want 2020-2026. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm gonna I'm trying to open Google Sheets. Let me just see. How do I open Google Sheets? What is that called again? Google Drive, sorry. Google Drive login. There we go. That's what I'm trying to open. Awesome. Okay, so let's have a look at this real quick for a second. Shoot. I didn't thought about we're gonna talk about that like that. Let's look at our beautiful students one. Minute. Just gonna open it up. Cool. So let me just show you a little bit. If anyone wants to know how to do it, take note of this. This is how you do it. Let me just do it beautifully for you. Usually apprentices is the one that do it beautifully. Cool. So let's have a look real quick. And now, if you look at it carefully, exactly what we talk about, very simple, very easy to read. Q1 like that, 3.65 billion, 4.4 is went up, that's fine. 4.4 to 4.8, the difference is 0.4. So it went up a little bit, so that's okay. And then it went to 5.3 minus 4.8, and it's around 0.6 billion, a little bit up, 6.3, 1 billion more. That's good. 6.8, 7.4 is also up. 8 is also quite good. Margin was down a little bit. And then 8.1, this is where things get a bit tricky because Nvidia has always been going up. Why is it not going up like that? Yeah. So you'll be like, okay, you're a bit tricky here. So selling some of your shares is absolutely fine. And then 5.9 here, you'll be like, wow, why is it going down like that? And then once you go to 6, it becomes normal again. This way you want to buy it back. Okay, you want to buy it back. If you sell anything, if you remember the seasons, 2 season stocks always go up beautifully. The first one is in end of March. Normally you have to add some positions, and October time you also have to add positions there as well. These are normally the seasons where you kind of have to add something, yeah, and you want to hold it quite beautifully like that. So anyway, so this is Q3, this is 6, and then it goes to around 6.5. So you start to add more. And this a lot of our students add big time here. You can see 6 to 11 really beautifully. You add that big time. So Muse, when you are drawing, make sure you draw in a way where you can study yourself. So because you are doing it for yourself, so you can actually read it carefully and read it properly next time. So 11 billion to 16 is almost 50% as well, but it's really beautiful whatever you are doing. 16 to 20, is ups as well, up around 4 billion, and then 24 billion went up big time. 28 were quite nice as well. 32 up 5 billion. 32. So this is where it gets tricky here. You can see things started to get a bit tricky here. So when you see things getting a bit tricky, it's the same. It's not growing. 32 is not growing. You can trim some of your positions. Some of our students do trim. And then what happened when you trim? The market crashed down big time like that. Yeah. and margin was 73. Margin was down as well. Sometimes you see revenue going up is normal, but margin is more important. Okay, margin was down, so it's a bit tricky. And then once you get to here, everything becomes normal again. 45 is more than that, and 75, 71.8 is more than that. So things started to go up really nicely. And then you will start buying it back here when you see that year over year growth is still 30%. So you go to Q1 and you go to Q1 here is, and you will still add that. So how do you find this? You have to go to screener and you find it, you plot it. If you don't plot it, if you just read that, I guarantee you, you will not be able to know whether it's good to buy or not. You always have to go to plot it. Yes, it's crazy. But that's kind of what you got to do. You have to plot it at least 8 quarters, and then you can tell whether you should buy or not. Because on market screener, if you just read it, they will never be able to tell whether you should buy it or not. Okay, 45 billion and then to 54 billion. That's like um okay, that's good. So that's increased a little bit. And then look at this, how much increase? 44, 45 to 54 is 10 billion increase. Margin was increased by two as well. And then once you get to around 4 quarters, 65, 10 billion increase as well, 73. Margin just increased by 1% only. So it's not as much anymore. So stocks kind of go sideways since then like that. But it's still growing, still quite a very good stock. This is why this is actually not crashing big time. Okay, this is still quite good. The next one coming in, you want to make sure it's at least 10 billion extra. Yeah. So this is really beautiful. Well done. So I just want you to see so you can see when to add or not. Let me just show you Palantir beautifully as well. So you kind of have a know or you have a clue on that as well. Well done. So all of that is the same. We're just gonna see the one. Okay, it's not the latest one. But if I show you really quickly, so how you can see Palantir, and it's used to be 767 and then 858, and then what? And then okay, let's just go to the one before so you can see a pattern. To see a pattern, you kind of have to look at it like that. Yeah, 599, 612. So it's an increase of around 20 million. And then 6 4, it would be nice to look at the full year. Let's look at the full year. 2.2 full year, and then 2.6, 0.4 million increase. And then full year 2.6 as well. Is a bit very similar to that. So things kind of go sideways for a bit until 2.7. So it's an increase compared to last time. So it went up. And then it's 2.8. Okay. It's last time more than last time as well. And then this is what full year 3.7, quite a good news. So it went up even more, which it did. And then it 3.8, 3.7, 3.8 is quite similar. So and then what 4.1, okay, this is an up. And then 4.3, 4.1 to 4.3 is up a little bit as well. So these are all okay. But what I want to show you, so this is quite consistent, okay? But let's go to the latest one, yeah? Now, in order for you to buy Palantir now, you want the numbers to be more than this, 4.3 or 4.4, okay? More than that. And operating income has to be more than that, yeah? So this is what you compare a little bit. So let's open your one a little bit because you say you did the latest one, which is very good. Let me see where's the latest one for that. Let me see. Q1. Okay, this is good. So revenue is 7. What is that just now? 4. I have to check it properly whether it's actually 7. Q3. What is this? This is Q1. Or we missed Q4, I think. What day is this? November. This is Q4. Okay, this is Q4. Okay, that's fine. Q4 revenue. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's right. 4.3. If it is 7, then it's crazy actually. Is it actually 7? Yeah, 7. So you get to compare a little bit. So let me see what you draw, yeah? And then operating income. So 7 to 4 is like 3 billion increase. That's quite a big increase. So let me read it carefully whether you say 7 here. So this is 7 and before was 3. Wow. If what you wrote is correct, if what you plot is correct, it's 4.3 though. Where's your 4.3? 4.3 is here. And then this is 3.8. So how are you gonna understand it if you put it this as number one, this is number two, and this is number three? Yeah, let me draw it properly here for you. So this supposed to come first, I think. I think I think this is doing probably the other way around. Let me see. Full year 4.4. Okay, beautifully. So this is full year 4.4, and then now full year 7. Okay. If I really correct, at least 100% year over year growth. 4.47. What does it say? 4.3, 4.4. 4.475. There's a different numbers there. Okay. So let's look at my Palantir a little bit. Like Palantir. So on here, we've only got 4.1. And then full year is 4.3. Okay. So what have we got here? 4.3. So we got the 4.3. News is not entirely sure where this is plotting for. 4.3. This 4.3 is supposed to be at the top, I think. Yeah, this 4.3 is at the top. You put it the other way around. Well done, though. Well done. Anyway, so this is if this is 4.3, and if the next one is actually 7. How do you look at the next one? Type Palantir Investor. For those who want to know, very simple. Just click on here. Palantir Investor. Just type on it. And then you click on here to see whether or not we should supposed to buy this, to make a lot of money. So this is the one now, and then look at the one before. So this is in November, and this is the one yesterday. Okay. So this is what you do every single time. You want to buy something, you want to sell something, you always have to kind of do this. So before that was 4.3, and then now they get to what is this? Highlight, highlight, highlight. Wow, 7. So that is huge, actually. So, in order for you to compare this, you want to compare the same season last year because it's a new year, isn't it? Same season last year. So, let's have a look. So, this is Q4. So, we're going to compare last year the same time. So, this is Q3, Q2, Q1. So, let's go to last year. I'm going to copy that and put it on there. I'm going to copy this. Basically, for those who are new, what we are trying to do right now, we're trying to compare how big it is, the increase of salary. Okay. From what we are seeing right now, it used to be 4, and then it suddenly becomes 7. This is double. So if you put your money in, you're more likely to double your money like that. You get because your salary is 10K now, suddenly your salary is 200K. That's a lot. 100K to 200K is a lot. So now we want to look at last year. Is it the same thing happen? If last year I also double my salary, so this year there's no big deal. You understand? I'm showing you my logic what I'm doing right now. The more you see, the more you're gonna get it. So last year, around the same time in March, we have 3.7. Okay, this is a full year. And the timing is a bit weird. The timing is a bit weird. Let's do it one more time. This is Q. Okay, I opened this Q4. So let's do it one more time. So this is 2025. What I open is this. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the same thing for last year. So last year, this is what? Okay, 02. Okay, February. So I'm right. So this is February. Okay. This is February. So February, you see is 3.7. Okay. This is equivalent to what we have now. What we've got now is 7.1. This just happened yesterday. Okay. 3.7 and 7.1. And what we're going to do is, the one before is 4.3. It's almost double. What about the one before for this? So this is February last year. What about 2024 in November? So this is November. 2024 November was around 2.8. So just think about it for a second, guys. 2.8 to 3.7 is okay. It was increased how much? Let me calculate properly. 2.8 to 3.7 was like 1 divided by 3. 20 to 30%. Okay. Revenue increased 20 to 30% last year. What about this year, 2026? 4 to 7. That's insane. That's insane. That's actually insane if you think about it. What do you mean insane? Insane means, yeah, it's quite double. This is very similar to Nvidia in 2024 time. Yeah, 2024 is quite ridiculous in the sense. But what I want to show you, I want to show you, should we buy straight away right now? I will show you what happened to Nvidia when they announced doubling their money. Okay, so let me show you Nvidia real quick. So here, go back to Nvidia. Okay, here. If you look at it carefully, yeah, just here beautifully real quick. So if you look at NVIDIA really, really beautifully and carefully, let me just show you really beautifully and carefully real quick. So, because the question right now is, should we just click our button to click and buy it straight away? So let me just open that tab again one more time. Maybe it's here. Okay, let me just show you really beautifully and carefully one more time. Okay, so where are we? So this is two. Okay, not that. This is one. Okay, let me show you. Um, So when we double our revenue, like we never seen before, which is what a lot of students did bought at that times as well, was just around 2.6, 2.7. This is 2.8. This is 3.7. This is 3.8. This is NVIDIA. This is Palantir. Okay, let's do NVIDIA real quick. Uh, this is 28, 32, 32, 43, 45. Let me just show you some magic. 6.5. Yeah, you can see this is what happened when it double. Okay. So when it double, okay, this is like 2020, 23, 3 years ago. Yeah. When it double, a lot of our students know that. A lot of students do our guidance, they plot the graphs carefully. Remember, if you just look at it just like that, you will never know it double. You will never know, especially big companies, they don't double easily. So 11 billion suddenly is quite a big. It used to be 6.5. So it's like what happened we see in Palantir right now. It almost double. Gross margin 64 to 68, plus fours as well. So it's quite a lot. NGAIM 66, everything almost increased big time. Okay. So if you bought it straight away there, you will see that you go nowhere. Okay, you go nowhere. June 2023, June, you go nowhere. July, you go nowhere. August, you go nowhere. September, you go nowhere. October. But the extreme fears, if you remember, it happens 2020, 2023. A lot of our students been with me for a long time. Happened in October. So it's okay to buy it straight away. Let me show you. It's okay to buy it straight away here. It's not wrong, but it's much better to buy it during extreme fear. But it's the same. It's still the same. It's still very similar to the same. But because this is market is not crashing. When the market crashed, usually this will crash as well a little bit. Yeah. So you can see if you bought it here, this is what it starts showing its real power after. Okay. It starts showing its real power after going up big time like that. Okay. So same thing with Palantir right now. Um, it doubles, which is quite crazy. 4 to 7 is quite double. Let's look at the rest. This is 300. This is 1. So it's also increased quite a lot as well. And what is this? Operating income 2. And operating income was 4. And then what else? Adjusted free cash flow 1.9. Free cash flow 3.9. So what about Q1 revenue 1.5 and 1.3? Q1 is like that. Okay. Q1 is like that. So if you go to Q1 last year's as well, 767, and then Q1 was 8. Ooh, last time Q1 was increasing. Okay, let's see it carefully. 2983, and then Q1 was 85, and then 7. Okay, so it was increased. This time our Q1 is a bit weird. 1.3, and then 1.5. Okay, what's increasing? That's all. So I use the other way around. Okay, 695 and then 875. So they are all increasing. So Palantir is definitely a very, very good stock, that we must own. But the thing is, we don't buy now. We're just gonna buy by showing what happened to Nvidia. Lots of our students screaming with profits. They just got in at the time one time. Forever they don't have to work anymore. Yeah, it went up big time afterwards. Five, 6 times afterwards. 500% afterwards, big time. So Palantir is really good, but we don't buy it straight away. We have to buy it just right the extreme fears time, which is like end of February, obviously. By looking at what we're seeing there. Okay. So what's the conclusion here? Conclusion is write it down. When you're going through earning guidance, go vigorously and plot the graphs to see if things double. If it doubles like that, 7 to 8, it's quite a nice thing, yeah? When it doubles like that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this. And because you have done it already, you just have to plot it, plot the latest one. Use the same color. For those people who still don't know how to plot, I'm going to show you how to plot. Plot it, change the color to blue, and you put the text. Put the text on here. Copy and paste the text. That's it. Okay, change it to blue. You want to do it in a way where you yourself can read it. Okay, you yourself can read it. Or other people can read it. Your grandfather can read it. That would be really good. Or your son can read it. So that's kind of what happened. And so yeah, I'm just talking about this at this moment. So if you see anything that double like that, you let me know. And if you want to know more, we're just gonna click on here so we can know more a little bit. So let's see. Letter to shareholder here. They kind of tell you the reason why. It's kind of nice things to read a little bit, English a little bit. Yeah. So all of that max accelerating growth, familiar. Um, for those who do not know what Palantir does, Palantir actually do like softwares and stuff like that. They do some defensive stocks. Sorry, they give softwares to some defensive stocks as well. Achieve this revenue, but they will tell you what they do in the first page here. This is what they say. Do they? Okay, we are on Palantir's choosing advanced AI commodity recognition. But anyway, so we're on the outset, financial result metrics generated, whatever that is. We decline to take this approach. More, the formula has been seek capital and to monetize height. So a lot of people will be taking more capital. They decline, probably offering 5 years mark the beginning of asset, not peak. We achieve desired growth, significant discipline. We still remember, we will not forget soon. Other pockets, our record profits is pure. Large languages and things like that as well. Okay. You just layer it, but you can ask AI to summarize it for you. Cool. So that's kind of what happened just right there as well. Today, Palantir went up around 6.6%, just like that when the whole market was crashing. And this is 6.6%, just like that. A lot of students already owned it quite some time ago. Cool. So let me look at your questions real quick. Um, we wouldn't recommend to sell how. Okay, sell house to go on. Well done. Let's see. Okay, let me read it. Your questions. I took profit last year after speaking, made a few hundreds and happy with that. Okay. So Barry was taking profit last week after speaking with you a few hundreds. Okay, well done. And when the market crash, extreme fear, that's good. And what else do we have? With the market crash, extreme uranium, did the guidance of Palantir star. Kenny, you're right. -15. You're so good. I'm attack upon full year. Awesome. Cool. To talk about gold and gold mining companies, this is to do a little bit with sector rotation. Okay. So usually, let me tell you a little bit about sector rotation so you got a clue about what happened. Okay. So initially of the sectors that used to do well, okay, is technology. Usually, technology sector was tends to do well. At the bottom, financial sectors, communication sectors, a lot of these sectors tends to do well. This is like April time. Initially, these two sectors gonna tends to do well. So it tends to do well to a certain point. Some other sectors kind of follow as well. And the last, normally the metal companies was swap. Remember, when investors sell their stock, they don't just sell that stock, they kind of change it to other places. So metals tends to do well after these financial sectors and stuff like that. And then metals tends to do well. And when metal tends to do well, metal is kind of like a last stage of the economy before things happen. Okay, this is like a last stage of the economy. This is like basic material. This is a last stage of the economy. And then we have energies as well. Okay, so right now you will see that we are swapping of the sectors, a little bit swapping of the rotation a little bit. Let me just show you a little bit here. Um, so if I'm gonna go to FinVs a little bit, so you see on our maps, you can see things is being crashed a little bit. Oops, 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 oops. Oh my God. Let me see one more time. You can see Microsoft and Adobe and stuff like that, they are getting crashed a little bit because they are very software dependent. Yeah. And Nvidia was down a little bit. What is this? This is software like that as well. So you can see the change of sectors a little bit. Right now, the sectors is kind of doing a little bit well. It's kind of like your here. Energy sectors doing well. Well, you can't really say energy sectors doing well. Energy sectors doing well because today someone is fighting Iran. Iran is a lot of oil. So these energy sectors do well at the end. Okay, defensive sectors used to do well at the end. And with basic material, yeah, a little bit of gold here as well. Material, a little bit Newman, crude port, and all of that. Basic material, utility sectors as well. And yeah, this is the end of the sectors. This is the beginning of the sectors a little bit. And usually when it comes to the end of the sectors, um, that's kind of what happened when market crash. Usually, let's say when the market crash due to wars, etc., or due to anything, yeah, usually your growth stocks will come down a little bit, while some other stocks will tend to do well a little bit. Now, um, in order to buy energy stocks, some of our students have already allocating some money into energy stocks a little bit, and but in order to buy energy stocks, you want to have a conviction that oil is going up. Let me show you. Okay, energy has to do with oil. Most people do not know that, but let me just show you here. So if I look at oil right now, and so oil is at the price of, let me tell you a little bit of story about oil. This is 2008 when financial crisis down. No one wants to get into oil. Oil went to 3.6. This is 2016. Oil came down big time. And this is 2020, Corona shutdown. Oil came down big time. And we are kind of in the middle stage of oil right now. Okay, we are kind of in the middle. Oil is not too expensive. It's not too cheap at the moment, but we are kind of in the middle here. Okay, we're kind of in the middle of the oil. So if you look at it, a lot of the energy stocks is gonna act like this. So energy stocks, if oil's been coming down in June, energy stocks usually also came down in June as well. And then if it's going up since December, energy stocks will go up since December as well. Okay, like one of the stocks students can get in or already get in Occidental Petroleum. Okay, so very similar. June, you can see here, June, October time. Okay, let's draw it properly. Let's do it one more time. I will use trading view to do it side by side. Okay. So June a little bit coming back down like that. And since December, it started to go up a little bit here. So it's following the price of the oil very, very much. Okay. For those who are interested in doing oil, a lot of the oil stocks has been okayly cheap. Okay. Has been in the middle, very similar to oil. Let me show you something. So this is 2020 Corona. So oil was going up big time and then coming back down. So right now we're kind of in the middle. A lot of oil companies right now is kind of in the middle. Yeah, oil companies right now is kind of in the middle. Occidental Petroleum is to do with a lot about oil, about natural gas, and stuff like that. Warren Buffett also bought a lot of these things as well. It went up 3% today when the whole market is crashing it down. It's at the price of around here a little bit. But this is just around 5% of your portfolio, around 10% of your portfolio a little bit. Okay. It's around 5 to 10% of your portfolio a little bit for some energy sectors, just in case if we yeah, for some energy sectors. If I show you Fidelity energy sector. Or you can buy the whole index, whole ETF for the energy sectors. So let me just see from the sector rotation a little bit for you. This is not perfect, but let's see if they give us something here. Okay, it's around here. We talked about this before, but just to recap this a little bit, just right here. So usually, where are we? Usually at the stage of the economy a little bit, material, for example. Okay, look at it. This is the material side. Okay, re this is material. I'm looking at specifically. Okay, this is not too perfect. Financial sectors, real estate sectors, consumer information. This is your technology sectors. This is the April time till October time. This is industrial. This is material consumer staples. These are defensive stocks and energy sectors. This is just already a bit here. Communication services and utility sectors. We added a little bit here as well. Some students. Um, okay, so these are where's the material? Okay, so basic material is kind of here, but basic material usually it will at kind of at the bottom just will be just right here tends to do well. Usually, basic material is the end of an economic cycle. That's how ChatGPT. Let's see how do we ask ChatGPT a little bit. Um, when metal goes up, is it usually the end of an economic cycle a little bit? When metals goes up a little bit, just like that. Just let's remove a little bit of here and there. Do 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 do. Copper mid-cycle goes up like that. Cool. Let's send in this picture as a sector rotation. As a sector rotation. Okay. Cool. So this is kind of what happened here. Now, if you look at a lot of gold stocks, a lot of mining stocks as well, people are asking about, gold stock and mining stocks. In order for you to know whether you should buy gold stocks or mining stocks like that, we kind of have to go to the guidance a little bit of those stocks and see what the CEO of the companies really talk about their future in terms of these gold and mining stocks. But let's have a look. Basic material you can see is like buried gold, except for example, let me show you Sherman Air product base. Okay, basic material there's a lot, so it's not just that. Copper is going up big time. Okay, let's get buried gold. Buried gold. I'll just show you a little bit just right here. Oh, buried gold becomes buried mining. So that's kind of what happened as well. So how would you know this? By plotting the earning guidance graph. I'm going to tell you, if you plot the earning guidance graph beautifully here, you will see that around this situation here, the guidance start to change massively. Has someone plot any earning guidance graph for any mining companies or any metal companies? Send it here so you can kind of see, so you kind of know whether you should buy now or not. Okay, send in the chat box. So I'll kind of show you by reading an earning guidance graph beautifully like that. Okay, cool. Let's see. that's kind of where we are. Let's go back here. Cool. So awesome. Now, so let's go back to our your homework a little bit. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna look at some stocks right now where is it gonna go up, is it gonna come down, and stuff like that. And if you're gonna buy some stocks, what to buy, we're gonna short some stocks, what can we short, etc. So let's have a look real quick. We go to market screener and then go to all news. For those people who do not know, go to topics, go to equity real quick. I just want to see back. So corporate finance. Okay, let's just remove everything here. Go to corporate finance. Remove everything here. We just want to go to the profit warnings guidance a little bit as well. Just have a look on that real quick here. Okay. So this is where we are. Okay, let me just show you something that happened some time ago. Do, do, do. Oh, I also want to do Meta actually. Has anyone plotted Meta? I want to do Facebook for you. I'm going to show you some Meta. Microsoft will be interesting as well. So I want to do a few like Microsofts as well. You can see Microsoft was releasing earnings then, and it came down really, really nicely. Using our strategies as well, Microsoft is starting to get stagnant since July here. If you remember, one of our strategy that we talk about for kind of high growth stocks, first you read the guidance. If the guidance slow down, the second part is you go through our strategy. If you go to week two strategy. So if I ask you a second. So here is extreme fear. You should know that we should buy during extreme fear in 7th of April. Okay. And sometimes you can trim your profits as well for stocks that you are scared. For stock that's very aggressive, for stock that's really high growth, you can trim your profit. So when do you trim your profit? You can trim your profit if you remember when we had extreme greed. This is week two training. We talk about it quite a lot of times. Okay. So you can trim your profits kind of just right here a little bit. You can see extreme greed just right at the top. 11th of July, just like that. Okay. 11th of July, just like that. And yeah, you can so for some really, really high growth, really crazy stocks, I don't recommend. And when you trim your profit, I don't want you to trim your profit and you do nothing with your profits, because you make a lot of money already. So you kind of have to put into some other sectors. Okay, you have to go to guidance vigorously again and look at the pattern of any sectors that is the sectors that keep on increasing. And if you look at that at that time, you will, if you look it carefully, you look at some sectors that keep on increasing in guidance, is your metal sectors, is your defensive sectors. Okay, they've been going in, like guidance keep on increasing at the moment. So you'll be like, wow, since the guidance of these technology stocks is slowing down, putting it to somewhere else is kind of quite okay. Yeah. So you always have to let your money working. Okay. You also have to let your money to work to be working, unless we are at crazy, crazy overvalue. If you are at crazy, crazy overvalue, then you stay in cash is not a problem at all. If anything, most of the successful people are staying cash big time at this moment in time. So, Warren Buffett is staying cash big time, almost 50% of his money, billions and billions of pounds is staying cash big times as well. So anyway, coming back here as well, but you don't need a big money to make a lot of money for you just need to start something very, very small. But anyway, July 10th, would you buy or would you sell? That in the chat box for me real quick. July 10th, when we are around there, you know, um for Microsoft, for Palantir, for for a lot of these like high growth stocks, etc. Okay. So July 10th, diamond chart box. Would you buy or would you sell? Like kind of an extreme grid here. Even July 24th is fine as well. Okay. So let me read. Diamond chart box. Yeah. Well done. So Masaka says, okay, let's have a look whether it's true. So so we were buying it here, going all the way top here. So Microsoft actually came down. There's a peak here. This peak is the earning release. After earning release, you combine with strategy, read the earning guidance. But in July, around there, you just aim right at the beautiful bottoms as well of Microsoft. You buy just right at the bottom here, you aim at the top here. Wow, that's mind-boggling. No one in the world is going to show you strategy like that, before you come back down big time. Same thing with Netflix. It's crazy. A lot of people, oh, let me buy Netflix, let me buy Netflix. Let me show you what happened. So lots of students do aim at the bottom just right here, because it's extreme fear. If you remember, that's April time. April time. And then in July 10, a lot of you say sell. July was just around, just around there. July went down like that, went down. If you do the guidance, you'll be like that. So I want to say, well done. Congratulations to Sam, to Sherin, to Kim, to Masaka, to Nisha. Well done, Leo. We have Louis, to Reshma, to Seth, to Theo, to Carlo, to Alvin, says Bruno, Kenny. Well done. Um, Trim, can you ask a very good question? Trim profit is great. How many percent? Um, you want to have something to put it on. Okay. So usually when extreme greed, how many percent we trim? You trim kind of gradually like that. Yeah. Things that you are not sure, you have to read the guidance really carefully. If the guidance drop, if the guidance is the same, then we literally trim as much as kind of we can. But if the guidance is like Palantir, I wouldn't trim it. Literally, I will not trim Palantir. I will add more usually when it's doubling the revenue doubling, guys. That's crazy. Okay. What is the difference between Palantir Euro is which will be pulled back 200 euro. One is in euro probably. One is you want to send me a screenshot. I mean, so I understand it. In terms of sector rotation, where technology will always be the best. Absolutely, Brandon. You're absolutely right. Yeah. How do you know you are choosing one of the best sectors ever? Usually, you look at the highest growth one. That's about that. That's just about it, Brendan. Yeah. Bruno was asking, hi, when the price is higher than my set price, what do I do? What's that mean? I love your question, but what does that mean? Donald, I think you asked a really good question. Awesome. So well done. So it's just like that. Okay. Just like that for a second. So right now, let's talk about what should we buy right now, or where's the economy stage we are on right now. Okay, I'm going to talk about it at the end, but let's go to market screen a little bit. Okay, so if you've done your homework, let me know so I can look at your homework right now. Don't be shy, type host and panelist so only I can see it. So we can kind of see kind of what happened. Now let me just see. So let's go to page where we were. Okay, let's just choose our country. Let's just go to North America for a second. You can choose any countries that you like, by the way. Okay, let's see this for a second. Tractor Supply, Hilton, Fruit, Pepcar, Clement, Totally Copper, United Parcel. Okay. And usually when companies release their earnings is bunch by bunch, by the way. So technology sectors, they release all together. Defensive sectors, they all release together. And healthcare sectors, they all release together. So, mm, so that's just some problem with that. Yeah. Even though we're just reading here like that, we kind of have to plot it to kind of know exactly what's going to happen. But let's see. So we have Kraft Heinz, we have Duolingo. Let's open that a little bit. So this is what you do. Okay, you go to market screener, you go to the guidance, and you go to one by one. You open it up, and you're trying to understand. PayPal, we are no longer committed to a specific outlook that was laid out as Investor Day last year. E-commerce has been challenging. Let's look at this. This deceleration, especially in travel, ticketing, crypto, and gaming in Q4. Okay, let's read that a little bit. Merck, PayPal shares sink on CEO exit, disappointing profit forecast. Communication services, Disney warns on growth. Ghana, uh, this double technology warns on fall to 2000 loss or impairment loss. Yamaha, Australia, Air Products, Charter, Canadian Solar, Sherwin, Starbucks. You just Hilton Food, Somero, Optimi, Copper, Waste Management, 226 to 26. You kind of have to plot it just to see how things is gonna go. United to see infection revenue move away from Amazon. Yeah, a lot of these you kind of have to plot it a little bit. Cool. We have lots of companies releasing earnings. Um, the way to know, I want to look at Meta actually. Let's look at Meta real quick. Yeah, should we buy Meta? Just give me a second. A lot of our students already bought Meta big time, but let's look at Meta real quick. So, let's click on press release here, January 28, and then we click on here. So we want to compare. Okay, just like how we do it Palantir. Remember, we are comparing salary. So 28th of January, and most people wouldn't do this, by the way. Most people will have no, they wouldn't go through this, but this is one of the most important. So let's have a look. So Meta first quarter was 53. This is last time. And 162. Is it the latest one? Okay, this is the latest one. Okay. So if they only give us revenue, then we just take that as it is. Okay. And then 162. And last time, this is October time, Meta was around 56. So how much is this? So Q4 is 56. Okay. Q1 is 53. So the guidance drop. This is quarter to quarter. But Meta is a advertising company. Advertising in Q4, they advertise really beautifully because it's Christmas, election. Everyone advertise in November, December. So it's a season thingy. So you look at this drop by 3 billion. You want to see if last year they dropped by 3 billions as well. So let's do that. So we're gonna go to last year's as well. Um, what I'm trying to do right now, I'm doing exactly what I did with Palantir here, just so that you know whether we should buy Meta or not. Okay, so this is what we open there here. And okay, I opened these two. What about last year? Okay, 2020, 24. Where's last year? Okay, here. Just hiding like that. And Q4 was just here. Okay, just gonna show you a little bit. Just open this up and open this up like that. So this is January last year. You can see the revenue was 39. Okay, today was 53. So year over year is definitely more than 30%, if not almost double the revenue. Okay, but let's look at compared to last year because now The revenue was 53. Yes, almost doubles as well, just like Palantir. But what happened here is that what about the previous quarter? Compared to the previous quarter, this one dropped by 3 billion. Now I'm going to look at the new year, the last year. Last year was 39. I want to look at if previous quarter also dropped by 3 billion. If it drops by 3 billion, I will be like, that's fine. We can still buy Meta right now because last year is very similar. Okay. Also drop. But if last year Q4 to Q1 doesn't drop, Christmas to January doesn't drop, but this year drop, I will be wanting to trim my Meta stocks. Okay, let's have a look. So let's see, January 29. What is it? 2029. So this is the same. Let me just open a better one. Let's open this. October. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, yeah. And then we go to the bottom here. So you can see, fourth quarter, which is in October time, is saying that, this is in Christmas time, okay? October, 3 months later is Christmas. So it's 45 billion. And then the next quarter in January 29, which is, 2025, 3 months after, is 39. Now, let's put it into your brain a little bit so you understand what happened. So they drop, okay? Christmas was so good last year, last year, okay? 2020-2024 was 45 billion, and then it dropped to 39 billion. How much is this? 45 dropped to 39. It dropped 6 billion. Okay, this is like last time. And imagine you have a job, okay? Every time during December, time to January, you always drop 6 billion. Imagine that for a second. I want to do one more year, okay? I want to do one more year. That's what you do. Okay, you always compare a little bit, okay? I want to do one more year for you. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click on here, Q3, and this. So I'm gonna do one more year. February 2024, it was around 34 billion. And the one before was 36. So it's dropped 2 billion. Okay. The one before dropped 2 billion, and then it dropped 6 billion, and then now it dropped 3 billion. But let me tell you what is amazing about this. Because now you get a pattern, you can see. First is 36 billion in October time. Okay. And then in February time 2 years ago, it is 34 billion. Okay. 34 billion. And then what happened? And then in January time, 29, it is 39 billion. So let's understand that a little bit. From 34 to 39 after a year, same exact quarter, 5 billion extra. Okay? 5 billion extra. You kind of have to pay attention a little bit. Basically, 5 billion extra the year before. What about now? How much extra now? My salary, 53 billion. That's huge. That's actually quite huge. Yeah. So you calculate properly to see it has happened before or not. If it hasn't happened before, how many percent is that? 39 to 53, almost double, almost double here on Meta. Now, the only tricky part about Meta right now is just that they're spending a little bit more because their expense is 162. Okay. That's a bit much. Let's look at the spending. Before was 94 billion, and then 96 billion, 104 billion, 106 billion. Suddenly they double almost the expense to 162 billion. That's a lot of expenses inside. Okay, so that's a bit tricky, but Meta always spend their money anyway. Their money making machine. What do they spend their money on? To invest in themselves, to take their life to the next level, to to yeah, they invest in themselves for research and development. To you know, companies always growing. By the way, they're always spending their money, 50%, 30% of their money of their salary. Let's say you get a 2,000 salary, they always take 500 pounds of that salary to invest in themselves, to keep getting better and better, rather than just keep their money in the bank and do nothing. Yeah. So that's what strong people, successful people do. Top companies, Meta, Apple, everything. They spend money, total expense. What do they spend money on? I'll read it for you. Their growth, majority of the growth driven by infrastructure costs. They spend money on trying out metaverse. They try out AI. They try, oh, if this works, that works. Very high spending, infrastructure spending. It's absolutely fine. Okay, it's absolutely fine. So Meta is still very good. Still quite. They spend money on employee expansion, compensation, trying to hire the best employees. Spend money on themselves, basically trying a lot of thingy. Even they are losing money on one of the reality labs, probably the glasses. They're losing money on the glasses. They're still doing it because that's what life is all about. It's about growing, investing in themselves, putting money into your education. That's literally what they're doing. Capital expenditure and stuff like that. So well done to a lot of you as well for willingness to spend some money. How much they spend? They spend three times their total revenue in here. Just understand a little bit. First quarter, they make 53 billion. So let's give them 3 quarters, 4 quarters, yeah? A year have 4 quarters. So times four, 200,000. They make 200 billion. Third quarter of the money goes to investing in themselves. Yeah. That's how they always maintain as really, really good. That's really good. Yeah. Same. Cool. So that's kind of what happened here as well. But the revenue is still growing, so it's still good. So it's still good. And when the market crash, is this gonna crash? The answer is yes. When the market crash, this is gonna crash. You can plot the trading. You can plot the as S&P 500 with the Meta together. You can see they move line in line, hand in hand together. But it's still a very very good, very very beautiful and very nice companies as well. Okay, so it's still a whole situation in your in your fame. So this I'm going to showing you how do you trim stocks. How do you know whether you should add stocks or not? Okay. If I show you Microsoft, okay, let's do another one, guys. Because I want to show you how do you trim stocks because some people already got some stocks here. Microsoft Investor, very powerful thing. If I show you the whole 16 years of Meta, you will see that if you do the guidance like that beautifully, you are number one. You always buy the bottom, you always sell the top beautifully, like the world has never seen before. Let's look at Microsoft. Because Microsoft was going down big time. Netflix was going down big time. You'll be like, oh, is it good time to buy a lot of this? As you say, I wouldn't really buy companies if their growth is not huge. I wouldn't just close my eyes and just buy, you know. Anyway, let's have a look. If I cloud drive second. Okay, let's look at the second quarter result real quick. Where am I? I want to show you a pictures of a lot of like silver and gold and stuff like that. Kind of want to show you a picture of that. How do I do this? Basically, I want to show you a picture of when market crash, market doesn't crash, go up and then go down like that, by the way. So when gold goes up, what happened here is it goes up again, it came back down, pull back up again, go back down, pull back again, go back down, pull back again, go back up, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. So you might think that this pullback is time to have position, but this pullback sometimes just come down like that beautifully. Yeah. But anyway, let's show this a little bit as well. Some students are making quite some money on Microsoft, shorting them since quite some time. So let's see. Let's see Microsoft a little bit. I want to show you. Microsoft Outlook is a bit difficult to read because they have a lot. Look, there's everything like that all together. So it's very difficult to know which one to look at. But let's look at the total company, 80 billion, okay? 80 billion Microsoft, yeah? So this is the latest one. So what you do, people, I showing you how to do it, people still can tell me they don't know how to do it. It's crazy. But I'm going to show you how to do it properly. But the good news is, apprentices is going to know how to do it. So let's go to press release. I want to look at the one from before. So you go to Q1, go to Go. Okay, the outlook is here. So let's compare a little bit of the outlook, yeah? So the 18 October time, It is 79.5, guys. It's crazy. And now it's 80 total company revenue. Now, this can be seasoned, but let's have a look one more time. Let's look at last year, the same time, Q1 to Q2. So we want to see if last year salary doesn't increase or not. If salary doesn't increase, we'll be like, well, how can I press the button to buy? Okay. Let's see last year if the salary increased. So I'm going to click here. This is October. And I'm going to click on here. Showing some powerful stuff. Q2. This is what? 28. This is October last year. Probably the same. 29. Where's the total company? Are we on the total? Okay, they don't give total here, so you have to add yourself, I think. So let's see how do they get the number total here. Is it 34 plus 34, 68 plus this 80? Maybe these three together. Okay, can we add these three together? What about these three? Okay. 28, 25, 13. How much is this? 28 plus 25, which is 43, 53. 53, 56, 60, 66. Okay. The whole thing is 66, guys. Just write that down a little bit. Okay, 66 in Q2 revenue. Let's look at it is the same, okay? 29, 25, 12. This is what? 31. 31 plus this. 56. I'm not so sure if my math is correct. I don't think so. I think 60, 66. Let's do that one more time. 6 plus 9 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. You don't need to know maths. You can just use AI to help you. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. 5, 66. So it's also quite similar, actually. It's quite similar. So it's not 66, and then now it's 80. Yeah, it's quite similar. Is it similar? 29 plus 25 is 6. Yeah. Okay, let's use calculator for a bit just to make sure. 29 plus 25 plus 12. 66. Okay, that's correct. How about this? 28 plus 25 plus 13. 66. Okay. Very similar as well. So it was almost very similar. So what's the difference? Let's have a look. Cost of revenue, operating expense is 16. Operating expense is 16. So everything was quite similar. Now the operating expense is 17, 17.8. Increase to total revenue. What is this? Total revenue increase of 3 points, 4 points, process increase growth of 2 points. Okay. So if we calculate year over year, it's increased from 66 to 80. So if I use 80 minus 66 is like 14. 14 divided by 66. 20% growth on the Microsoft. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So 20% is okay. We want something that's more than 30%. And for that reason, I just wouldn't have bought Microsoft during the next extreme fears. If it makes sense? Yeah, because you want to do something that is at least double or 30%. Look at Meta just now. It was quite huge. Palantir was almost double. This is only 20% growth compared to last year. Remember, we are comparing to last year. If you want your money to grow, if it increased 20%, your money is just gonna grow at 20%. I'm not joking you. If you do 20%, your money is gonna grow at 20%. If you do 100%, your money is gonna grow at 100% and more. Iron money was going big. Okay, Palantir last year was also going big as well. Yeah, so that's how you do it. Okay, very powerful stuff. So let's continue. So we have done that. Let's do Netflix a little bit. Okay, let's do Netflix. Netflix, I really don't think is huge, honestly. But let's do Netflix investor. Let's just do this very quickly. Or even while you're doing this, I'm doing this is show you how to analyze companies powerfully real quick. So let's go to here that most people will not know how to do it. We do the exact same things as well in last year, the year before, and you can see if you do it properly, you will make big money because there are so many companies to choose from. So how you can't just close your eyes and just click it. Where's the guidance? If Netflix is guidance or no guidance? Netflix sometimes they don't give guidance, I think. Do they give guidance? Um, due to what is this? Was not included in the guidance. As a reminder, is provide actual report for 2026. We forecast. Okay, this is the guidance. The guidance of Netflix is here. Okay. So let's see what they say. Um, we don't really read the one at the top. We only read this. I think there's a guidance here. Okay, this is a forecast. Oh, this is beautiful. They make it very beautiful for you. So you can see. Look at this. Netflix Q4, 16% growth revenue. This 12, 15, 17, 17. And then Q1 is 15%. It's probably the lowest of one of the lowest. But anyway, let's continue. And then I'm going to show you this. This is October. October was around 16. So 16% growth dropped to 15. That's a big drop. But no worries, it's a bit of drop, but no worries. Look at last year's as well to see the same thing happen here. Because sometimes it can be season to season. Sometimes people don't watch movie in December time. So just open that up really a bit for you. And it's very fast. You just do it 5 minutes, 3 minutes. You study one company already. It's just about opening that up. That's about that. And let's go through. Okay, the guidance. Okay, let's look at this. So Q1 was 11.2%. Okay, let's read it carefully. Operating margin was 28. That's what happened. And then before in October was around 14%. 21.6. Operating margin increased big time. This one is 23. This operating margin was 32 as well. Okay. So it looks like I have to put a little bit more. So let me just put a little bit more for you. And I will do a summary for you. 0.6 diluted EPS from 5 to 0.2. Let's look at this. From 4 to 5. Oh, some people be like, Raven, how come the diluted IPS or Ben, why how come the diluted IPS dropped so much? Look at this 4, 5, 5.4, and then diluted EPS drop a little bit. So those of you who know, they tell you here. They told you. We are working to closing our money with Warner Bros. So they pay quite a little bit of money to buy Warner Bros. Basically. We forecast revenue 12, 14, revenue expected to be revenue double and an operating margin of 31.5%. Remain vibrant and intense competition or optimistic about our future. Okay. So will I buy this? As you said, we want something that is grow at 30% growth. Okay. Otherwise, you're just gonna get going down more and more and more and more. So if you have that filter in your life, gets so easy, gets so powerful. So if you already know, because you're comparing one another, you might, if you want to buy 15% growth, you might as well buy Microsoft. Microsoft is 20%. If you want to buy Microsoft, you might as well buy Meta. Meta is 39 billion to 53 billion. That is what? 39 to 53. 53 minus 39. How much is this? 14. 14 divided by 14 divided by 33. Almost 40% growth on Meta. And Palantir was almost 80% growth as well. So this is what happened to the stocks. It's no use me talking like that. Oh, Raven, you talk like that. Look at what happened. They've been crashing it down big time. Crashing it down big time. Netflix, one of the biggest company in the world, crashing it down, dropped 4% today, just like that. Just because we don't like things that is actually not growing. Okay. And while other companies that we talk about grow up big time like that. Yeah. And what else? Oh, yeah, real estate companies as well. I would do DR Holton. If you can plot the graphs, like I just give you some homework. Plot DR Holton so that next week we can look at DR Holtons as well. DR Holton. Because interest rate is going down a little bit now. So some people want to buy property now or Lena, a lot of these property stocks going on, real estate, because, to see if you can do some real estate thingy. Yeah, draw some 8 quarters of the graphs and we can kind of see how are they doing. But let me do it for you a little bit. Let's go to Lena. Lena is one of these investor. You do another one. I will show you. I'm gonna click earnings. The reason why I'm doing that is because let me show you. Let me show you a little bit if I can find it. Where are we? Is it coming? Yeah, because last week we've got January 26th, we got like Microsoft coming up, Meta coming up, and stuff like that kind of coming up, some big ones kind of coming up, and you kind of see what happened. Now, if you want to know you should buy defensive stocks or not, do RTX, do GM, do UPS, and you can see, yeah, these two, for example. Um, what else we got? Got some Starbucks, AT&T, Nasdaq, Apple was here. Oh, it'd be nice to do Apple actually. Does Apple give guidance? Okay, let's get Apple real quick to see Apple is one of these stocks is buyable or not. Apple investor. Do. Okay, let's click on that. Q1. We do the same. Do open Q1 and Q4, and then we do the same for last year's as well. Let's look at Apple real quick. So Apple, all of that. This is in January 29. Unfortunately, they didn't give guidance here. In order to find Apple guidance, you have to go to transcript. So Apple transcript. Earning transcript actually. So let's go ahead and have a look. Which one? Apple earning transcript. This one. Let's open that up. 4 days ago. Let's click on that. And let's click on the one 3 months ago as well. To see if Apple is something you can do or not. So Tim Cook was speaking here, speaking there. iPhone Pro Max 17. All of that thing. We're just looking for guidance real quick. In retail, we proud, you're working. We are confident. Net income was, these are all was. We are looking for present tense. During the quarter, you can just type expect, but we expect, okay? So let's have a look. This is the guidance. So Apple guidance is on the transcript. So if you can't find it, you have to kind of find it here. So let's have a look. So they are talking about all these dividend ahead, looking ahead of the March quarter, which is the guidance. We like to review our outlook. Which includes that Suhasini referred to. Importantly, the color will assume global tariffs rates, policies, and application remain in effect. The global microeconomic look doesn't worsen from today. We expect our quarter, March quarter, total revenue. Okay, March quarter is next quarter only to be 13% growth year over year. This is just March quarter. Okay, which comprehends our best estimate of iPhone. We expect services to grow at year over year rate, similar to what we report in December. We expect operating expenses to be all of that. So the only thing we kind of want to read for is just total company revenue, 13%. So let's look at the one before real quick for you. So this is October time. Wow, I can't open that. Motley Fool is going to let me read it. Okay, so just usually it's at the end of the page. Some people will be like, Raven, how can you find it so fast? When you read it for 15 years, you will know how to read it fast. But you always know it's always at the end anyway. So this is the one in October time. We expect our December company quarter to grow 10 to 12% year over year. Okay, this will be our best quarter ever. They say it for you then. So October time, if you have bought Apple because they say which will be the best quarter ever. Wow, I want to say congratulations if you bought Apple because you read this in October time. I will show you. We expect iPhone revenue to grow double digits year over year. This will be our best iPhone quarter ever. You keep using the word ever. When someone uses the word ever, it's actually ever. On Mac, we expect to face a difficult compared to M4. We expect revenues to grow similar. Gross margin 47, significantly increase, all of that thing. So let's have a look. What happened if you have bought it when they say best quarter ever? This is in October 31st. Let's look at Apple. October 31st. If you bought Apple then when they say best quarter ever, October 31st. So where are we? So October was around kind of here. Okay. October was kind of around here. Most of the stocks has gone nowhere. So this kind of went up a little bit like that, and then coming back down, and then a little bit like that. Okay. So at least it's not crushing it down big time. At least it's going up like that. And then this is just consumer sentiment. But anyway, let's keep on reading this. So that's kind of what we read. What we read was from 10% to 12%. Okay. So let me show you. From um, from 10% to there. Yeah. To 10% to 13%. Okay. So this is the one before. Let's look at another one. I'm gonna go to Motley Fool, but 2020, 24. Let's see what quarter that is. This is Q1. So let me go to Q1. Q1 2025. Yeah, let's open that. And then once we do that, we go Q4 2024 again. There we go. Yeah. This is how you do this is how you do the homework. You read the market screener, you go one by one and you read them like that. Or you look through which one is releasing the earnings. So let's look at this super quick. I just want to see the 10% that we have this year if last year is also 10% like that, okay? So we are providing, okay, so what is it saying? Now we expect our December quarter revenue to grow low to mid single digit year over year. Low to mid single digit. How many numbers is that? 5%, 10%. Low to mid single digit is like low to mid. It's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not growing, guys. Okay. Last year, they are not growing. Okay. Let's look at a little bit more. This is January 30. Low to mid single digit, less than 5%. What is that? Let me show you another one. Apple was not growing last 2 years ago. Let's look at this a little bit today. Where is it? Summarize cash position. We return all of that. We do all of that. We presume we foreign. We expect. When you remove, we expect. Year over year, okay. Yeah, year over year will be comparable to that of December quarter. I need to look at what happened to December quarter, but I think it's the same. It's no growth. Low to mid single digit. Okay, low to mid single digit means 1 to 5%, and then suddenly now 10%. But let me just show you what happened to the stock. This is why we didn't recommend people to buy Apple last year. Let me tell you what happened to the stock of Apple. You could have just bought anything. So that's what happened to Apple. Um, they gone nowhere in terms of the stock price. People say always buy Apple. Apple hasn't gone nowhere. Last year, December 2024, Apple today is still exactly the same situation. This is why none of our students actually going to Apple. We never talk about Apple. Yeah. And yeah, it's actually gone quite nowhere. Even if you bought at the bottom here during extreme field time, 18 to 27. How much is that? 18 to 27. Um, 18 to 27. Let's get 18 to 27. 9 divided by 18. 50%. Okay, only 50%. That's also quite low. Yeah, so we can't just buy stock like that. Yeah, so you want to make sure they're growing big time. So last year was not growing. This time they're growing a little bit now. They grow around 10%. So what is important right now? You have to look at last time. Yes, so I only do 2 years for you. Last year wasn't growing. Now it's growing 10%. What about the one before, and before, and before, and before, and before? So you do around 5 years. If you think that the 10% is quite good compared to last time, then you can buy. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just is okay. Okay. It's okay. I will buy when the P ratio of Apple comes down to 15. On a week one training, we talk about you want the P ratio to be the lowest of the lowest for stocks that is growing at 10%. It's just 13% at this moment. Where is it? Yeah, it's around 13%. 10 to 12% year growth year over year. For that, like that, you want the PE to be super, super low. Yeah. The P to be 8, 15, 18, 19. Awesome. So it's good that we do all these big companies because when you do this big, it's good that we select because times is about to be there when it's time to buy and sell it. Okay, the last one I want to talk about is home services because real estate companies now is being crushed big time. And when they drop the interest, usually people will go and buy a house. Usually. But it's not a good investment, by the way. Let's look at what companies say when people go out and buy houses. Earning release. Let's see if they have the guidance there. Let's see. So this is December time, okay? So let's see what they are talking. New orders has increased 18%. People have bought house now, 18%. Okay, people has been ordering houses. And deliveries increased 4% and stuff like that. But anyway, let's look at the guidance if they have it. If they don't have it, then it's fine. Okay, they have the guidance here quite beautifully. So the followings are companies expecting all of that. So companies is expecting all of this. Make it simple. New orders 18. 18,000 people are ordering new homes. What about compared to previous quarter? Previous quarter, 20,000 people are ordering new homes. Excuse me. Okay, let's get. What is this? September 18. Okay, let's see. Less and less people ordering home. Let's do Q2 a little bit. Earning release. And let's look at this. Earning release. Let's see a trend of like how many people ordering homes a little bit. This is 22,000. I think that it's been dropping big time, 22.5. So it looks like it's been always decreasing, but that's fine. So just about looking for next quarter, you kind of want it to increase. Okay. But let me open it a bit more. So 2020-25, everyone is not buying houses, basically. Let's get 2020-24, yeah? Let's open all of this thing. They will tell you the reason. They usually do tell you the reason. Oops, I opened the wrong one. Let's do it one more time. This is 18. This is what? 17. Oh, I think it's a season thing. Yeah, it's actually a season thing because people don't build house in December, they don't buy house in December. Okay, summertime. Okay, so it's a season thing. So look at it carefully. December 16, this year was around 18. And last year, December 18 was around 17.5. Okay, so 500 people more, okay? 500,000. So let's get one more here before that. Let's see if the trend is decreasing. September, we saw decreasing just now. What about this? This is 19. 19 to 17 is also decreased. So when it comes to winter, no one is ordering home. That's what happened. So which is normal. I want to open another year, Q4. Open this. And I'll open another one, Q4. Let's see if a lot of people are ordering homes or not. Okay. Can compare all of the winter time. So we've got 18 and then we got just now 17, 19. Okay, this is December. We've got how many people? 17.5 people. December time, how many people? 12 people. 15th of December 2021. We got 14.8 people. So you're right. It's been the highest that we ever seen now for people ordering homes. Okay. 18,000 people. It's the highest we ever seen right now because interest rate was dropping a little bit and stuff like that. Um, so you can probably expect this stock to go up a little bit since December 16. But I kind of want to, so this is a drop of 20,000 drop, 20,000 drop compared to 2,000 drop compared to last from September to December. Okay. Um, so you kind of have to calculate like that every time. How much is it they drop? Yeah. So let's look from delivery sales price. Average sales price. How much is the house price? 3.8 and then now 3.6. So house price, drop a little bit here, but let's see whether it's always dropping. So you want to compare like that. Is it always dropping September to December? Gross margin 15, gross margin 17, a little bit more. Financial service operating earning 100 million and stuff like that. Okay. So look at this. Average house price 380, average house price 390. So it drops as well. So it's always drop. When you come to December, if you buy a house, it's cheaper than you buy a house in summer. That's what they say here. Can you see how it link? So that means if you search for house hunting for those who work in real estate, you can tell us whether it's right or not. If you buy a house in December, sometimes it can be cheaper than you buying house in the summer. Let's ask AI a little bit. We don't use AI for everything, but let's see. When buying house in December, is it cheaper compared to summer? Let's have a look. They say yes, on average, buying a house is cheaper a little bit. That's what we see here. Demands drop, no one is going, sellers swing. Anyway, cool. So that's what they are saying here because the house price in September 18 used to be 380, okay? And it dropped to 365. And it's almost always like that. Even last year September, where are we? Last year July, where are we? Yeah, anyway, let's just accept that. Last year June, summertime, 380. And then in September, it was dropped to 380, 380, 380, and then it dropped to 365. Okay, winter just dropped like that. And then this is March. I think I opened the wrong one. And then 390, 410. House price dropping. 420, 420, 445. Wow, house price actually dropping. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the orders. The orders is the highest that we ever seen. So DR, a lot of these home builders industry. Let's see if there's such industry. Home builders. Anything like that. Anyway, let's look at Leonard. That's what we're doing at just now. So it went up 3% kind of today. It's kind of at the bottom just right here. Um, how do you know when to buy this guy or this person? Um, First, you want to make sure the P ratio is quite low. The second, you have to plot all of the guidance graph for many, many years and see if they have a sign of getting better and better. Okay, from what we see just now, let me just show you real quick. This is the latest one, okay? New order was 18. Let's just read what they're saying. Report all of that, all of that. Okay, they didn't say nothing. Even as interest rate moves slightly lower, overall market remain challenged. Overall, full reflect a discipline market, weak consumer sentiment, government shutdown. We continue to build and sell homes, adapting to changing environment. Cool. So December 16, you want to see whether this is a bottom, you have to plot all of the new orders. 18 we've got, okay? Let's do it. September 18. So you have to plot it in terms of like always December time. So let's look at always December. So December 18 was 17. And then let's look at December more. December 17. Yeah. So let me just show you what I'm doing. Christmas 2023, December. You know, the people who order home was 17. Another Christmas next year. Because you look at your salary in Christmas time, how was your salary getting? December 17 is the same. So this time the Christmas is 18. Let's look at more Christmas. Just give me a second. Let's look at a little bit more. Q4 21. Let's look at a bit more Christmas. Open this. Corona Christmas. Let's get Corona Christmas. This is December then. This was around 14. And then Corona Christmas should be quite high. Let's see, 14s as well. Okay. So yeah, it's getting building more and more. This is every Christmas is building a little bit more. Well, deliveries, new orders, average sales price, margin, finances, deliveries, 62. Wow, this is for the whole year. Do they tell us the whole year? Let's see. They didn't tell us the whole year. This is the first quarter. They removed the whole year. Okay. That's fine. Cool. So this is kind of the home building stuff. So you can see even today, stock are crashing big time. This one go up 4% just like that. Adding So question is, should we wait for extreme fears for this guy? Let me just show you what happened during extreme fear time, because this is a different sector. It's a home sector. So this is extreme fear. This is extreme fear. This is also extreme fear. This is also extreme fear. Yeah, during extreme fear time, this is also going to come lower for you. Very lucky. Yeah. Because if you look at the bottom of all this, it's also during extreme fear. Okay, interesting. How do you know which one doesn't have to wait for extreme fear? Let's go to the Barrick one more time. Looking at, by plotting S&P. Oh, did I forget to share my screen? That's insane. Let me see. Anyway, I hope I share my screen. Anyway, so by looking at S&P 500 and compared to your stocks, you will see that during that extreme fears, what happened? Okay, so like for example, for these mining companies, when the tariffs comes in, it doesn't really care about the tariffs. It just keep doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. But just recent. Usually they do care. Okay, to be safe. Awesome. When buying extreme fears high growth, we have P and L 8 minutes and we have to ask 5K. Would you spread equally? Want to know the principle? Yes, I would. Be back. Low, there's no extreme fear. Do we still buy? If you buy, you have to mentally prepare. It's gonna come down a little bit more. Okay. If you buy, you have to prepare, come down a little bit more. So I will usually dollar cost averaging a little bit. Kenny is yeah. Home builder stocks is usually quite low, but you have to see if they historical PE ratio a little bit. If you're on the elite, you can buy a little bit. Okay. If you're not on the elite, you don't have to buy. Because for elite students, we don't want you to stay cash at all. But if you're not elite, you kind of want to stay cash a little bit. So you can see usually it's around 5. It gets to around 11. That's okay. Yeah. A little bit is fine. Yes, you did share your screen. Well done. Reshma did your homework. Let's look at your homework. Would you say to go back to Mickey? Do we compare? You expect this, and do we compare the actual expectations same? Mickey, very good question. We always compare the guidance. Awesome. So SanDisk is a incredible companies as well. Yeah. If you look at it carefully, you will know why it's incredible. So let's have a look. So SanDisk, some of our students who've been doing the guidance big time, I think we talked about SanDisk before. Some students was in it as well. They've been buying big time. So let's have a look. So in April time, SanDisk happened. So the revenue is 1.75 to 2. So this revenue was around 30%, more than 30% straight away just on the quarter itself. Diluted EPS 0.1 suddenly to 0.7. This is like, quite a lot from negative to positive straight away. They become positive straight away. When companies, we talked about it before, one of the strategy, when companies from negative to positive is it's a very huge sign. Okay. Very huge sign of going up big time. A lot of stocks are like that. From negative when they first opened, Airbnb was negative when it first opened, Palantir was negative when it first opened. All of this Meta, all of that when they first opened, granted they are all negative when they first opened, and then suddenly they went up a little bit. 0.7 and 3. This is where it's not just double, but EPS really double. Okay, 0.7 to 3. 0.7 you times 2 is 1.4. 1.4 you times 5. So EPS literally times 5 here. Okay, you can see the EPS 0.7 times 5 EPS just right there. While expenses was quite similar. And margin was almost double. Wow, margin double is a very good sign. You want to write that down. When margin double, wow, this is it. It's a very good sign. Revenues, like that as well. So a lot of students go in this as well. And then it went up, continue went up massively. What about right now? Should we buy or sell right now? Let's have a look. So revenue was 4. Revenue double. That is a very good sign as well. Gross margin also from 40 to 60. That's crazy. And the operating expenses the same. And wow, look at the net income, 3 to 12. That's insane, guys. This is insane. If yeah, that's kind of what happened for this company. So out of so many companies, this is probably the best we've seen so far. And the reason why it's like that, because this is a new company that's just launched this year, like last year in May. So if you buy this company, during extreme fear time, which is what happened in April last time, from whatever amount that is 17, for 817, it would have gone up to 800. You make 8 times your money. Sorry, 600. You make 5 times your money, just like that. 5 to 4 times your money, just like that. Yeah. And because the net income 4 times, so you will 4 times your money again on the next extreme fear. And revenue was 2 to 4, almost double. You will 2 times your money to 4 times your money, just like that on the next extreme fear. SanDisk, write it down. Yeah, don't miss this. Yeah. So you keep finding, work hard a little bit more, keep finding these companies. For a lot of our students on the apprentices, we're gonna let you know exactly what to buy because that's what happened for apprentices. We're gonna know exactly what to buy, which is really powerful as well. So save a lot of your time. If you're not, that's fine. Find it really, really hard on the market screen and you will find it. Yeah. Really well done. This is called SanDisk. Really powerful stocks. You want to have this during extreme fields. And when do you sell this? extreme greed, you can sell this already. Okay. That's kind of what happened. Ashwa was trying to call me. Cool. That's it for today. I hope you learned something new. Okay, let's talk about some stocks to recommend to short a little bit. Just give me a minute. So let's go to the guidance and find some stocks to short, guys. So let's see. Let's see. So this is 2nd of December. Okay, can we short Duolingo? Let's have a look. Increase priority, monitor the near pressure. What stock should we stop? Should we short? If you done your homework down in the chat box, what stock should we stop? What stock should we short? Let's have a look. To following this shifted, given we are increasing initial booking guidance reset below the street at 22, analyst says. As a result, tactical cut its fiscal booking expectation from 18 to 15, despite a 30% year-over-year in daily, arguing that the daily users have to bottom out and stabilize in Q2. So they're saying that something is going to bottom out. This is Morgan Stanley, though. I want the company says. Okay, we want what the company says. So let's look at the all news from the companies. We don't care about what Morgan Stanley says. It's more about what the company says. Company hasn't released their earnings. Oh, here, maybe. Duolingo Pi. Oh, this is the one we read just now. Morgan card price 2 4. Likely to pressure near term with fiscal come below. Okay, that's fine. We might come back to that. We might be able to short Duolingo. Um, when is the earning release of Duolingo? 25th. Yeah, we can short it for a month. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's go to another one though. Kraft Heinz. Uh, this is what UBS said. We what the Kraft Heinz said. So a lot of the times you will see what the analysts say. We don't really care about what the analyst is. PayPal no longer commit to specific outlook that we lay out investor day last year. So PayPal refusing to give outlook now. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, we might have to look at PayPal, guys. Where's PayPal? Whoa, Paddy, where have you been? Let's see. This is PayPal. Dim outlook. Expect full year just to a low single digit decline to a slight increase compared to expectation. Okay, let's do it. This can be factor. PayPal profit. This come backdrop, weakening retail shopper, high cost softening, cutback of discretionary priorities has been flat. Navigating. I did the guidance. Well done, Louis. You're so powerful. Let's have a look. Let's see whether we can buy or sell this or not. Okay. Or powerful apprentices. Cool. Let's have a look. So we got one. This is 4.8. Well done. This is 5. And then what? This is 4.9. This is 5. What happened now? And this what happened now? 5 as well, is it? 5.13, 5.14, EPS 5.26, 5.37. So the EPS dropped. Okay, let's look carefully all the blue color words. Like the non-JB 5, non-GAAP 5.2, non-GAAP 5.3, and non-GAAP 5.1. Okay. It looks like a drop for PayPal. Let's see how much it's dropped now. It's dropped. We could have shorted it big time. Let's see how much it's dropped now. Wow, it's gonna go bankrupt now, this guy. It's at the bottom now, guys. Wow, if you can do the earning guidance graph for this, you're literally gonna be the best investor in the world. Because you can see that exactly when things is gonna come down like the world has never seen before. A lot of our students actually shorted a little bit there when the guidance dropped big time. You will see how the guidance move. Yeah. And you will know when to take profit. If you want to learn when to sell things, do the guidance for this beautifully. You will be one of the best investors on knowing when to sell. Who is this? Cool. Now, very good. Can we show this is a little bit at the bottom now? Yeah, it's a little bit bottom now. But very, very good job. Very, very good. The way you draw it. We could. So let's go to guidance, mid single digit decline slightly to positive. What about before? Before was increasing. This is the first time they decrease. Yeah, they were always increasing. Paper was always increasing, guys. This is the first time they decline their guidance. Look, last time was 3, now is 5. And now they are saying that it's gonna decline. Full year. Where's the decline? 28th October. This one. Previous year was 5. Now it's a mid-single digit decline. We've never seen decline like that. 1.3 mid-single digit decline. 5 low single digit decline. Guidance assume ongoing diversified growth, lower interest rate, near interim improved PC PayPal. Wow, that's crazy. Can we short Walt Disney? Let's have a look. Is a guidance here. Guidance high single digit. This one. Uh, guidance. Outlook double digit EPS growth, profitable high single digit part. So high double digit in November time. And then now, entertainment sector expect high double digit growth. Spot low single digit. Very similar. Be really carefully to see if we can short this thing. DC position for a strong long-term heavy investment management plan. Double digit, high single digit, low single digit part growth. 3AA from weaker. Faces 3AA weaker. What about this? Double digit growth. Double digit adjusted growth. Let me look at your words. Okay, this is easier to see. Entertainment, double digit segment. Provided by 19 billion cash provided by operations. Double digit EPS growth compared to fiscal 2025. Let's look at before that. Very good though, very clear. 19 billions as well. Double digit EPS growth compared to, so it's very similar. Double digit EPS. Okay. EPS was 18 double digit growths as well. Okay. Double digit growth. It looks like it's always been double digit. I'm trying to see if there's a decrease. If there's a decrease, we can show this guy. So entertainment, sports. They give the numbers like on track to repurchase 19 billion double digit. Okay. They didn't really say in terms of the exact number. I kind of have to compare. If I'm going to compare entertainment double digit growth, last time entertainment, it's a double digit, so it's very similar. Okay, cool, very similar. Let me continue. Well done for doing that. Really, really good. Keep it up. Cut is Q1 from 1.55 to 1.2. But maintain, when you see the word maintain, it's the same. So you don't do nothing about that. Starbucks, let's see how Starbucks is doing. Maintain. Maintain means RBC, what lowest revenue. We want from the company itself, not really from Starbucks. This is some China stocks. PayPal replace our CEO because of heightened competition. Who is our competition? All of this. The big question is dim outlook. Was no longer committed to specific outlook. Will now provide forecast 1 year at a time. The change comes against weakening, increasing stubborn high living signs of labor cutting discretionary. We saw pressure is middle income consumer. While this attributed to macro is also clear, all of that. Check how wow, it was hard to call a precise time frame when PayPal would see an overall inflection point for branded. Company say it was taking long time actually to restore online branded checkout momentum. Wow. PayPal, what's going on with you? Merck. Outlook reflect one-time charge. We have to compare. PayPal says decelerating several high-growth vertical ticketing crypto gaming. PayPal says e-commerce. We've done the PayPal stuff. These are all PayPal. Okay. Cool. So anything else? Let's see. Guidance decrease. Cooperating finance. I just go to guidance decrease. It's not a lot, is it? Okay. Cool. You guys find tools now? Let me just do it properly. Let's do the first page again. She is very strong. So PayPal, we saw it. Yamaha more Canadian Solar. Okay. Waste management. Okay. Cool. Where are a lot of, let's see. I think they changed the way they arrange things. Let me just see because they update these things. So a lot of these things that comes in, it's been a bit tricky. Negative earnings surprise, guidance decrease profit warning, pricing power margin pressure a little bit. Let's see what's gonna happen. Sales decline, earnings decline. Okay. We go. Okay. Cool. Probably gonna put the one that is very clear. So when RBS says that, we kind of can't take it as it is because it has to be the company say so. You can't have another analyst telling you what to do. Yeah. Analysts normally they don't know what they're saying. So they're just it was take two interactive broker expect. Okay, let's look at this. So you kind of have to plot it a little bit. We don't look at what analysts say, we only look at what the companies say. Take two entity software expect fiscal loss to versus. So it's a little bit big job. So you kind of have to plot it just to see if you can actually do this. Okay, let's look at this. I think we've done this before. Mm, so this is what you do. You go to market screener, you'll find the one that is going crazy a little bit, and then you just plot report November. Okay, you plot like that. So let's see what they say. Understanding. You can if you want to know what they do, net bookings, fiscal year, net bookings grew, all of these net bookings. Mm, Take two is raising its outlook and providing initial outlook for the fiscal. So it's raising. It's actually doing well. So you can't just go to market screener and read this and you wanted to short this guy. When you but when you read it carefully, they are raising. Yeah, this is also raising. Okay, you wouldn't short things with this raising. February 3rd, they're raising their outlook. How much are they raising? Let's see. This raising is outlook and provides. Let's see how much they raise, okay? Mm, okay, really saying. The outlook is here. Mm, Fiscal year ending 2031st, 655. The one before, where's 633? So it's still up. Yeah, you kind of have to plot it a little bit more to see if it's drop or if it's up, it's not so big. Remember to drop, we want to drop at least like never seen before as well. If you file something revenue, drop half. This is it. If revenue 1 billion drop to zero, drop half, this is it. We can look literally short them. Cool. So that's Kraft Heinz and all of that. Okay, let's look at Duo. Okay, Duolingo is not releasing earnings. Merck issue below expectation. PayPal, Merck, credit card reduction, purchasing guidance a key negative. A lot of companies are not here for some reason. CapEx to decline. Charter Communications CEO. Capital after this year will decline significantly. Bonds forecast below estimate as weak demand persists. Let's look at this. What is this? Construction company. So if they just give you this, you have to look at the one before. Okay, we can't compare just like that. Because it's a salary, isn't it? Cool. So looking at this, it does look like PayPal is looks like it's very much the only thing that we kind of find a little bit here because it's never really declined like that big time before. So let's look at PayPal PE ratio now. Is around. Let's go to Finviz and find its PE ratio for PayPal. It's around 7. Okay. So we are around 50. Let's see how far it can go. Before was how much? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Interesting. This is interesting to kind of come off. So to seeing Broadcom AI may see outside potential. Can you see it says RBSAs? This looks like we want to click it, but we don't really care what the analyst says. Yeah. I think they have changed the way. Why are they giving us what analyst says? I think they changed the way they report things. Profit warning. Let's just go guidance decrease. Because a lot of analysts is saying things. We don't really want the UBS to say anything. As outlook become weaker, investor focus. Hmm. Yeah, I think they have changed the pattern here a little bit. Let me just see if I go press release, market screen, usually some press release. Anyway, because we can't seem to find a lot of companies here. Negative earnings surprise, negative sales surprise, price growth, pricing, organic growth, margin pressure. Anyway, I think it should still be okay. Because markets at all-time high anyway. Okay, cool. So well done. We will add. Let's see how the sectors everything is going. I think technology stocks is a little bit too high. Okay, let's go to our website a little bit. Our powerful strategy, our website a little bit, just to see when to buy, what to buy, etc., etc. Okay, let's get the sectors. Let's get how our sectors are doing a little bit. Just give me a minute. Let's go to maps, go to groups. And if I go for 1 month performance, basic material energy has been going well. Defensive industrial technology stocks has been suffering for the past 3 months like that. Basic material energy has been doing well. The consumer defensive has been doing well since the war. Industrial healthcare. So this is like a late stage of the economy. Basic material energy, consumer defensive, industrial. So if you look at, you know, when you see what energy is the end, it's kind of a late stage a little bit, and utilities is at the end here. Okay. So what will spike up technology stocks kind of again? Technology just kind of has to drop first. It's not dropping. Yeah, it has to experience the negative. If technology are still, where's technology? If technology are still okay, then it's a bit let's continue. So half a year, wow, for the half a year, basic material, energy. Next week, let's talk about basic material a little bit. Okay, we'll talk about all this. A lot of students read the guidance already, get on it sometime already before. But right now, it's a bit too high. It's a bit too high if you look at it carefully. Energy, communication services, healthcare. For the whole year, basic material, gold, communication services, industrial, technology, energy. Okay. And then year to date, basic material, energy, defensives as well. Technology has been at the bottom. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, mm, that's kind of what we are seeing here. Let's see, where's real estate? The past 3 months, real estate still hasn't come up yet. Consumer cyclical and technology. Technology is going to come up soon. Let's look at technology 100. How is it doing? I think it's still doing quite well though. Yeah, still doing quite all time, like a little bit high like that. The past 6 months been going nowhere. But other sectors, it's kind of going a little bit crazy. Let's see. If I go to chart, you can see it here. A little bit basic material. This is the all of that. Read the guidance to see whether they are guiding higher or lower. Then you will know whether this trend is going to continue. Communication services been going there. Consumer cyclical going like that. Consumer defensive like that. Energy recently has been going like that. Energy is like your Occidental Petroleum. Financial sectors, healthcare, industrial real estate, technology, utilities. Technologies is going sideways for some time. Utilities could be good when the market is coming down. Cool. So let's get the whole PE ratio of S&P 500 sectors to see which sectors is kind of maybe expensive or is a bit cheap right now. The cheaper one is still energy 17. Financial with the interest rate cap is just gonna cap this a little bit. 17. Utility still okay. What's a basic material? Basic material is around 20 now. Industrial used to be super cheap. It gets to 25 now because White House really want to come up with the best weapon in the entire world. So that's what happened to all of this industrial, Boeing and all of that, your fighting companies. The one that's expensive is 25 is here. Industrial is a bit expensive here. Real estate. Real estate is a bit weird. Consumer discretionary. This is like your Tesla. Let's click on this. Let's see what is going to be inside. Okay, cool. Yep, you can see things are still at all-time high at the moment. So when things happen like that, Disney also going to drop. Let's see how is Disney dropping. So, but it's still going there. It's been going like that. Okay. PayPal has been going crazy. Very tempted to kind of short PayPal, but we kind of have to wait for a pullback. Usually there will be a pullback going on because it usually does. And pull back all the way here, then we can short it. Yeah, let's just write down PayPal, wait for the pullback to 52, and you can short PayPal. So you're gonna PayPal, wait for the pullback to 52, and then you can start shorting a little bit. Yeah, Lena is okay. DR Hunter is quite a nice small thing. So when it come down a little bit, come to like Lena, for example, if it comes down to like drop back a little bit, I would say to the support line, adding it a little bit is not a bad idea at all. But during extreme fears, it's gonna come down a little bit there. Okay. Cool. So let me see our VIX because if you want to know whether it's time to buy, is to look at the VIX. So VIX are still relatively quite low. You want to go to high. Okay. So stay tight. Stay disciplined at the moment. I just want to show you what happened last year. You can go back all the time. uh Very similar to February. Some fake out, you'll be like, oh, coming back down, you're very scared. very scared, and then suddenly a nice drop happened. So not there yet. Okay, not there yet. And then even the one before last year, February, let me show you. Where's February? Yep, it went out a little bit like that. This is a pullback going on. And then the one before, this year would be very similar to last year. And then, okay, let's look at this is 2022. It came back like that. And then it went up like that before it start coming down properly. Yeah. Historically, February and March is a time where things usually come down. February, kind of March. So you just have to pay attention a little bit. We have so many stocks here. None of the stocks guidance came down. How is that even possible? Let's ask ChatGPT a little bit and take a screenshot of this and ask ChatGPT. Let's just open this a little bit. They all went up. Wow, that's crazy. Let's ask ChatGPT. Um, in January and February 2026, which stocks release their earning outlook and guidance, but decreases, came down lower than before? Give me 20 companies, please. Let's see what's going on here. So we got PayPal, we got Novo. How come we didn't look at Novo? Archer, Chipotle. How come all these doesn't come out? Yeah. Bunch, Grain, Best Buy, Mercy, Home Depot, Wells Fargo, City, Delta Airline, United Airline, General Motor, United Heath. Yeah, how come this one doesn't come out on our screen now? Because Market Screener recently do a do a do an update. So a lot of powerful stuff is not coming out. Let's go to controversies. Let's go to like Europe only. I mean US only. Let's see this what's going on. What is this is controversies. We're not looking at controversies. Let's do one more time. We do controversies, press release. Let's look at this negative surprises. This is what Clorox Take Two. Galaxy JN. Let's change the countries. Our country only. Let's see what happened. We've got that equity Novo this. Let's get Novo this for a second. Oh, it's a different countries. Okay, it's a different countries. Novo this. Even United Heath wasn't inside. Why United Heath wasn't inside? That's crazy. Let's go United Heath. Mega cut outlook greeny. More news. Yeah, United Heath wasn't even inside. Pretty weird. January 27. But on our guidance, United Heath wasn't inside. Let's see. Macro economy, all news, companies. Play around with this a little bit. Equity, market. Let's do one by one. Macroeconomy. legal, markets, fixed income, commodity, equity. United Heath wasn't inside, guys. Wow, the market crashed down so big. Negative sales surprise. Let's try one more time. Decrease and profit warning. Let's see if United Heath was inside. If it's not inside, then we have to do the manual way next time. The manual way is go through one by one. So look at United Heath. When is it? Premier Health. It's not even in there. United Heath. Yeah, United. It's not even in there. Wow. Let's do it one more time. Maybe United Heath. Maybe their guidance didn't drop. Let's see. More news. UNH. Okay, let's look at this real quick. So all of these are supposed to pop up, but I didn't. Jan, cut. Cut the price, huge bang, all of that. Elements, even elements is not there. Forecast profit below estimate. United Heath. Forecast first drop, share plunge. It's not even pop up. That's crazy. Forecast profit slightly above. Let's see this issue outlook. Okay, let's look at this United Heath thingy. Full year adjusted. Today we confronted revenue, key performance. Maybe they increase their guidance. Result outlook. A revenue greater than 4, earnings greater than that. All right, let's do United Heath for a second. Let me see why United Heath wasn't in market screener filter when we filter through that. Let's click on that. The investor financial reports. So let's click on earning release first, and then Q4 first, and then Q3. Okay. January 27. Let's see what are they saying about their guidance. The guidance is greater than 439. What about before? What is this? I'm just trying to find where that is. Oh, why didn't it say it? Let me try. Raises full year outlook. Where is it? Raises full year outlook to at least. Where is the guidance? United Heath, healthcare, all of that, all of that. Okay, let me see. Where do they put this? Last page. Can't really find it. Type guidance. Can't find it. How come? Q3. Let's do one more time. We should compare. Okay, this is it. I think this is it. This is October last time. Guidance was at Anyway, I think it's here. Races. Okay, so that's what happened before. And then in here is they changed the name though. 24. This one. Net earnings 16.25. What about this? Net earnings 17. What is this? 14.9. Erases is earning outlook to reflect net earnings of at least and adjusted. Okay, so it's a different counting method. It's the same. Net earnings is 14.9. Adjusted is 16. Net earning 14, adjusted 16. So it's increased a little bit. Okay, makes sense. But why is it so negative? Data outlook. Talk about all these outlook there. Okay, I think I know. Okay, let's do one more. We're going to compare season to season. We're going to open this and we're going to compare that thing. Okay, because healthcare can be a season thing. So we're going to compare beautifully. Oh, how come the outlook is not so beautiful? Reaffirm. The outlook is not very beautiful the way they arrange it. Let's look at that. There's, I think it has to be on the transcript. Okay, that's fine. So let's read this. There's a lot of things here. Yet it didn't screen it out. Reports issued 2020-28 Outlook. Okay, it didn't screen it out. So how can we find on our screen? Okay, mix. Sales falls by 5 to 13. Lowers US sales, loss of exclusivity. Compared to previous 8 to 11, sales growth is 11. Okay. I think it's still okay. We'll look more into that later on to see if they have changed the ability of them to filter things because they update this website a little bit. So when we filtered through, some powerful companies are not coming through. You know, not sure. Growth, all of that. Market pressure, mergers, security, all of that fixed income margin. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to our thingy to see how things is at the moment, to see what is what is everyone buying and selling at the moment. So let me just click some of them. So VIX is not spiked that yet. VIX spiked a little bit. That's fine. Those small spike is quite fine. Open Insider hasn't really anyone bought sell yet. Crypto, let's get crypto. Can we buy crypto now? AII bull sentiment, AII sentiment, AII sentiment. Let's look at this. Market valuation. Look at what insiders and bigs are selling. Sentiment report, Charles Schwab trading. Okay, let's get Charles Schwab. And IG sentiment is a very good one. It's just going to take some time to look at it. Coastal is at 17. For you to buy crypto, it has to go to around 9 or below 10. Yeah. Below 10, you can add a little bit. So right now we are around there. Last time, yeah, it was there 50, like 9, 10, it will be so powerful. Now it's 17 is still quite. Let me go like 1 month. Yeah, 14, 17. That's still big time to come down. 30, 33, 34, 27, 30, 28, 32, 30 bearish. Bullish 44. People are relatively bullish. 30th of January 4.6. Okay. And then let's look at if anyone is crossing here. But a lot of people are selling. You can see, the spike up. So people are selling it. Charles Schwab. Yeah, let's look at this one. I like it this one. I'm gonna look for GPP against USD. Yeah, this one. USD against Canadian is possible. I'm gonna look for SP5 and I'm gonna look for Germany 30 and Nasdaq 30. Gold is a bit weird, but let's see. So GBP and USD, whenever we are at the bottom here, things tend to come down. We are here, things come down. So it's saying that GBP might get weaker. So let me write that down. GBP US dollar might get weaker. GBP US dollar, a bit weaker. We need to, according to this sentiment a little bit. And it will get stronger if it comes to all the way up here. That's what it says there. What about US dollar? CAD, the top gone up, top gone up. US dollar looks like it's about to get a bit stronger there. SP5. In order to buy, this has to be at the top. At the top. Top. So it has to come out a little bit there. Interesting though. Germany 30. Here is where it's going to come down. Here, the top side is where they go up. Top side where it go up. If it goes all the way up to 60, then we can start buying. Yeah, what am I doing right now? I'm just showing you when to buy. Here, you buy, you go up. Here, if you bought it, now if it comes like now, you can buy that there. Okay. What's that? Let's have a look. That is Nasdaq. Here it went up, here it went up, here it went up. Wow. The market is so strong, guys. Here went up, here went up, here kind of went up. Okay. Cool. What is this? This is gold. Gold has no meaning. We don't recommend using sentiment when using gold because they're always the same. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, stay tight. Valuation is still quite high at the moment. Let me show you what is valuation. SP 500 forward PE ratio valuation. Let me show you this. You want to buy when it's around 20. So let's see what is it now. So if you look at it very carefully, the last time we've got every single time, if you're able to, wait for it to come here, wow, 20, okay? 20 is your line. Right now we're around 22.3. Cool, yeah. 20, you bought here, you make a lot of money, you make a lot of money here. So you want to add positions kind of wait here. Sit tight, guys. Sit tight is one of the most important thing right now. If you're not sit tight, get to the next level, it's the most important thing. Because as you said, you just need one opportunity. People often ask me, Raven, how do I change life in trading and investing? For those who are new, just to tell you how to change life in trading and investing. To change life in trading and investing, you don't need to trade and sell every day. You don't need to buy and sell every day. People who've been with me long time, you already know. You buy it one time beautifully, and forever you don't have to do anything anymore. One time, two times. Okay, one time, two times. Same thing here. Yeah, you sit down, you wait time, you wait for a really nice time. And for apprentices to book for a one-to-one, you do it one time. Every day you scream with profits. Every day you show me testimonies. Raven, how do you have testimony every day? Because those people who already bought it long time ago. Is the extreme fear night apply to all kind of crypto? Solana, yes. Mickey, I love your questions. Extreme fear sign, what coin should we buy? We buy a smaller coins. Yeah, we buy smaller coins. Smaller coins is gonna go up more. Ethereum goes up 2 times. Bitcoin go up 1 time. That's what happened. We only recommend to buy these 5 coins. The rest, time waster. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, yeah, Ripple, the big one, the top 5 big one. If you go ahead and buy some nonsense one, that finish. Muse is asking me what's my sleeping time, what's my waking time. Wow, that's crazy. I love your question though. My sleeping and waking time is UK time. I can be in anywhere in the world, but my operating time is UK time. That's what happened. Awesome. Hope you guys learned something new, guys. We cover some really, really powerful stuff today. We cover, um, what sort of stocks to look for. We cover the importance of self-developing, always invest in yourself to get to the next level. You can look at Meta. Meta was developing themselves big time. They spent three-quarter of their money in themselves. Wow. Most companies spend around 1/4, 2 quarters as well. Continuously. Never stop. Yeah. Well done. Um Mustai make a lot of coffee, a lot of money on coffee today. Well done, 88K. A lot of students make even more than that. When do you wake up? Powerful. Carlo, you're welcome. Carlo saying thanks. You're welcome, everyone. And sit tight. Oops, what did I just copy? Um, market is going to reward the people who do three things. Who um who are who do three things, who never give up. That's the most important. Actually, in trading and investing, the most important thing is you never give up. Let me tell you why. Because look, the stock markets go up like that. If you give up, you're gone. You give up half a year, or you know what? You are gone. And for apprentices, it's gonna make even more, 10 times, 20 times more than that. Even more. Because we're gonna sit down together and teach you about what 100,000 pound MBA don't teach you. You know? It's a reality. Look at VUAG at the moment. Actually, not VUAG, VUAA, I think. Actually, VUAG, actually. V1. Okay, anyway, let's open this. Yeah. So it's like that. You look at SP 500 right now, is like that. Oops. It's like that. Yeah. There's literally no point. Okay, let's say you buy now. Okay, let's talk about a situation you buy now. Where are you gonna go? Here? Here? No way. Where you gonna go? So it's the same similar situation. Like look at last year, you know, February, you could have bought it here. You bought it here. Where are you gonna go? People, oh, all-time high. And then give you 1 year of discount like that. Which is crazy, isn't it? Okay. Really good. Kenny say welcome. You're welcome. Come and say welcome. Donut say welcome. The homework. Good. I will tell you what's the homework. The homework right now is to do so that next week we can look at it. So please go and draw the earning guidance graph for a lot of these companies. Go and draw the earning guidance graph for the American Express, please. SoFi, you want to make big money, you must want to do SoFi. Lots of our students own SoFi since April. As we go, Amphenol, they're screaming with profits as well. What else? RTX and the gold companies that we talk about. Yeah, and the gold companies we talk about. DR Holton also plot the earning guidance graph properly on that. Yeah, big time. That's kind of what happened. For apprentices have a different homework. Apprentices to update your $1 million stocks. Okay, we'll give you $1 million stock, update that, the latest guidance, and that's about that. Awesome. Hope you guys are doing well. Also, go to market screener and filter something through so that tell me what to sell and what to buy next Tuesday. Please, when I ask you what to sell, you want to tell me, Raven, sell this stock. Okay? Go to all news, same thing situation. Go to all news, go to topics. What I would recommend Go to topics. It's putting both guidance up. So go to equities and then go to financial Python graphs. Yeah, so you know which one is doubling and which one is not doubling. Let me see if United Health is going to appear here. It doesn't appear here, which is incredible. It should be here, but it is not there. Then it will be very, very incredible. 27th of January. So let's see if we can find it. So yeah, Meta was here, so that's good. Otherwise, you cannot find Meta at all. If we don't change the date, let's do one more time like that. North America, the topics. Wow, they change it like that. Holy moly. Like that and like that. And then the date. I just want to see if that day is here. 27, 27. Everything changed. Look, I do one thing, everything changed. 27, Boeing was there. Good, Boeing was there as well. Weber United Heath. Just trying to see. Wow, so difficult. Let's go to one more. 27. That's it. Refresh. What is this? 27, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. And then go to topics, go to equity like that, go to financial like that, and go to guidance. Wow, everything changes like that. Can't even go back. It's phenomenal. Anyway, still really good. Amphenol was here as well. Click it and see what's going on. Yeah, United Heath was here. If you put both increase and decrease, let's click it. So at least it's still there. Okay, so it's still very good. Our website is still very powerful. They upgrade. They didn't make it worse, so it's not too bad. But I prefer the previous version. Okay, I prefer the previous version, but it's good. If you found any website better than this, let me know. And for no sales 6.97, representing increase over year. And for now are still very, very powerful stocks. Look, 43 to 45%. We talk about what? We talk about 30%. If you bought Amphenol since the last extreme fair, you are screaming with profits as well, which is what a lot of our students did. From here, 5 go to 16, 300% of your money just like that. Incredible. And you do that one time, you don't have to do anything anymore. You don't have to trade, you don't have to invest, you don't have to do nothing. You do that one time, you put your money into some really powerful one, you click forget password, money prints like that because you already got you done the hard part already. Awesome, everyone. Please do the homework next week. Tell me what to buy and what to sell. And I cannot wait. Leo say thank you, you're welcome. Laksama say thanks. Andrew say thanks, you're welcome. Appreciate you guys. Tio say thanks. Evelina, Nisha, nice to see you. Rishma, David, long time. RJ, David, anytime. Donut, awesome. Alvin, looking to see you tomorrow. Barry and everyone, awesome. Speak to you guys very, very, very soon. Joe, Michelle, Tejas, how have you been? Sherin, we have Patrick, nice, Louis, Lizzie, Laksana. Okay, tell me what to buy, what to sell next week, please. Tuesday. Awesome. Speak to you soon. Ha! Nice. You're welcome, Michelle. Long time. Hope you are doing well. Michelle, Barry, well done. Doing really well. Leo, Andrew, I mean, be back. I mean, look really good. Bruno, how have you been? David, Sean, Abby, nice. Esther, long time. Evelyn, Jack. Oh, Jack, hope you are doing really well. Johnny, Laksamana, long time. Lance, really well. Lizzie, Mamie, Key, Patrick, Siri. Awesome. Speak to you guys soon.